Yes, we're live. Hello. Greetings. Alrighty, players. It's been a while since we played, through absences and things like that, but we are here for session 13 of Land of the Lost. We are a player short at the moment. Hex is at a meeting. She may or may not join us a little later. If not, essentially I will be sort of running Hex's character, although she'll be sort of blending into the background. So I won't be doing a lot of RP for her. It'll be really basic stuff. And it kind of works in with where you guys are going, because she's probably not going to be overly welcome in this town. So she's going to want to keep a low profile anyway. So without any further ado, we will kick off session 13, A Vampire's Kiss. Last we left off, you had travelled from Berescar through the gates north of the Seer Falls and found your way to the old Durst family mill. Once there, you spent some time trying to find an appropriate place to lay the Durst children, Rose and Thorn, to rest, eventually finding a small area and a small graveyard not too far from the mill. Jerick and Arcos start to dig in the strangely solid ground, while Reed, upon finding an old flagstone from the mill, started to carve the Durst crest and a rose and thorn as a marker for the children. Ripple, being a little curious, moves to the mill, and as she opens the door, the mill smells like freshly baked pastry, and it catches your senses rather quickly. Arcos quickly reminds Ripple not to be reckless and pulls the door as she pulls the doors closed. Finding an odd symbol on one of the graves, Orvan starts making a charcoal rubbing of this. Seems to be a devilish symbol, one that's not well known. After an hour or two, you lay the children to rest, each making an offering of words. The grave is then filled and the marker laid in place. As a voice is heard from near the mill, a young woman politely introduces herself as Morgant, and that she and her sisters, along with her aunt, reside here at the mill. Once again, the smell of freshly baked goods is smelled, this time by all of you. Again, Arcos is the voice of reason, as Morgant calls for her sisters to join her, one of them carrying a platter of freshly baked pies. As all of you move away from the mill and the sisters and back towards the road, it is then decided Balaki would be the better option rather than returning to Berescar, and you continue onwards. The sound of a soft song heard in the distance, a dark rhyme, which after some time seems to affect Ripple and Reed, who turn and walk into the dense forest. Once you're able to stop them with a lightning lure from Jerick and a trip respectively from I believe it was Sierra, several young women starting to appear in a circle in a group around you as you sort of gather back to back to protect yourselves. Reed tries to run. They shift form and attack. The creatures are hard-hitting, ripping flesh from bone, and after a short time the mists swirl up around you like a tornado and the dark voice is heard once more. Your adversaries retreat, leaving you wounded. As you assess the situation, Ripple vomits blood and seems to be affected by something unseen. Dealing with the Ripple situation, many of you understand that she may be infected with the curse of vampires. I think some of you rolled reasonably well. Orvan, I think Jerick as well, were the top rolls there. Reed has also taken a bite from these creatures, but for now seems unscathed and unhurt by this. I mean, physically yes, but otherwise seemingly okay. Orvan casts a spell to delay Ripple's affliction, and as you head for Vallaki to try and reach it before nightfall. So you got a bit of a race against time here. You know that darkness is coming. You know that being outside or outside of somewhere safe in this land seems to be unwise as the sun sets. I believe it was a lesser restoration you cast Orvan, and it seems to have stayed whatever effects that Ripple was having. Now, I am going to get Orvan to roll another religion check for me as the first roll of the night. And this is just to determine what you may or may not know about a potential cure for what you know is the vampire's curse. Natural 20, first roll of the night. Look at that. What a roll for the start of the evening. Well done. So natural 20. As you guys are walking and pushing through the road and following the road westward towards the Vallaki village, or the township of Vallaki, north of you, you catch sight of the lake, which the map that you carry with you is marked as Lake Zarovich. Lots of names along those, they're named for the family that obviously runs these lands. Obviously, the prince that you met in Berescar, Strad von Zarovich, is the ruler of this land, so obviously lots of things are named after his family. As you're sort of walking through Orvan, pondering what's happened, you sort of every now and again looking over your shoulder to keep half an eye on Ripple, just to make sure everything's going okay, and sort of racking your brain about what you can do. And you remember in some of the teachings at your temple, they talked about the undead and certain things that you can use to deal with them, and you suddenly remember a section talking about vampires specifically and vampire spawn and things like that. So luckily it seems that Ripple's only been bitten by vampire spawn, so her affliction is going to come in stages. First stage is going to be very subtle differences. She will notice some heightened senses during the evening, and some of those senses will be dulled during the day, during daylight hours, although here being so dark during the day, it may have a lesser effect, you're not entirely sure. And those will just increase steadily based on some factors. Because it's natural 20, you're going to get quite a fair bit here. So stage 1, normally if she's bitten by a master vampire, the stage 1 jumps through to stage 4 pretty quickly. It's a very quick process, and it doesn't take long for them to turn, as you will, depending on how you look at it. Bitten by vampire spawn, stage 1, whenever she will, in the next, because the lesser restoration that's delayed that effect, but initially, once that wears off, which would be about an hour or two, whenever she's exposed to fresh blood from a humanoid source, it doesn't have to be human specifically, but a humanoid source, she will have a desire to drink it. So there will be a chance to resist that, per se. During the day, she'll have light sensitivity, so sight is going to be an issue. Hearing is going to be an issue. They will be dulled during daylight hours, as the sun, the UV rays from the sun will have a profound effect on her. However, during the evening hours, the twilight hours, those senses are going to be heightened. Sight, hearing, smell will all be increased. Small amount to begin with. After some time, or if she consumes humanoid blood, she will then advance to stage 2. Stage 2, on top of what was already happening with stage 1, her self-control with the smell or being near blood will become harder to resist. So that save will, the DC will go up. During the day, she'll also start looking more pale. Her eyes will start to change color. Her teeth will start to evolve. She'll actually develop fangs, and not just fangs, but sharpened teeth in general. So it'll become harder for her to hide her undead nature. Basically, she is essentially dying. So all of her charisma checks regarding persuasion specifically will be at disadvantage as well. But her intimidation will be at an advantage, clearly, because she will become very undead-like. This will also have a negative effect against the populace. People that obviously fear the supernatural will generally not want to sort of speak with her. They will not want to deal with her, so there'll be an adverse effect there. At night, on stage 2, on top of heightened senses, her strength and her speed will also increase. So she will gain advantage to strength and dexterity checks and saves. Stage 3, again, a certain length of time, or if she consumes humanoid blood, human specifically for stage 3, humanoid blood will advance but not as quickly, but if she drinks human blood specifically, she will advance to stage 3 rather rapidly, and again, that craving for blood will become stronger yet again. During the day, she'll now look dead. She will look like a vampire. She will have pale, fetid skin. The skin will start to stretch and tighten against the bone structure. Her teeth will become enlarged and very fang-like. Her eyes will yellow and pale. And no one, especially here, based on what you guys have already sort of determined, will want to deal with her at all, and chances are she will be attacked on sight by the populace. Nighttime, when the sun is down, she will have devil's sight. She will be able to see as if in the day it was brightest day. At night she'll see everything clearly, more clearly than anyone else. She'll also be able to see in magical darkness as well. Her unarmed attacks will be considered magical, as she's now becoming very much an unnatural or a supernatural creature. With her increased strength, her attacks will be made with a +3, not her strength, so they'll be made with a +3, and she'll do an extra 4 points of damage on top of that. So again, I'll keep track of this later on if that gets to that level. Her bite will also become lethal. Making the same attacks with the same stats, the victim will have to make a constitution save, and on a failure will take some necrotic damage on top of that. She will not have the same ability to pass on the curse because she is not fully there. However, if she does consume human blood once again while in the throes of stage 3, she will advance to stage 4. Which will mean her death. Her body will die, and she will become a vampire spawn. Now, with a natural 20, you will understand that the time frame for this is not 100% accurate. Like, some will say it's several days, could be several weeks, maybe hours. However, with the lesser restoration, you know you've delayed it at least for now. It'll help her with her wanting to feed. It'll help her with that thirst for blood. You know that she's got about 5 to 7 days before she will maybe advance to stage 2. Unless, of course, she consumes human blood or humanoid blood, which will advance her more rapidly. The more she consumes humanoid blood, the faster the advancement will be, and the faster she will start to die. So whether you pass that information on to Ripple or the rest of the group is completely up to you, even though the rest of you have heard that. You don't know anything. You know what you've heard in stories. So for the rest of the group, I would say you've maybe heard of vampires and undeath. Arcos most definitely, and probably Ripple too in your travels around the world. You've heard stories of vampires. You've probably run into the occasional vampire spawn in your travels and dealt with them relatively quickly. No one's ever been bitten before, so you've not had to deal with it. But you hear stories, so you've probably heard that holy symbols great against vampires and undead, and the wooden stake in the heart kind of thing, like your typical Hollywood fables, but in this sort of era. Those things that priests tell or clerics tell children to make them behave. You know, that the stories and tales. Jarek, you've probably got a little bit more information through your archaeological digs and finds, and through history and folklore and tales, more that kind of information. But again, no really solid concrete evidence that any of these old fables may work, like garlic and stuff like that. You've just information you found through historical digs. So with that,
can I also ask
Yes.
about would I know because Reed also got bitten,
yes,
like that not every single bite takes, or that
Yes,
every one of them does get affected?
I would say, yeah, you would know that on occasion, on a very rare occasion, someone can be bitten and their body rejects the virus. Because essentially that's all it is. It's a disease, it's a virus, and it can be cured. And this is the other side. You know there's a cure. You don't know what that cure is. You would know the places to look for information on a cure. Churches, temples, things like that. Especially in a place like this, it's bound that someone here is bound to know something about it. You don't have that information, but you know there is an alchemical cure for this as well. It's just finding what that cure is, what the ingredients are, and what you need to do to enact it. Short of that, you know that a lesser restoration will help with dealing with the hunger that is going to accompany this. But again, only for a short time before it will have adverse effects on the affected, because with a natural 20, you'll also know that once a person has been cursed with the vampire's curse, trying to heal them through natural means, through radiant means, eventually will harm them, because obviously they are dying. Essentially, their body is dying. So if you try to aid them with your divine energy, it is only going to be a hindrance, or it could potentially harm them, especially in the later stages. Which also you would understand that the opposite is then also true, that necrotic magics would probably aid them in those later stages. But yes, you would also, I'd say that you would know to watch Reed as a just in case. Even though he seems okay at the moment, there still is a possibility he may still be infected. It may be delayed because of his earlier ability to shrug off the effects. But then there is that rare occasion where it just doesn't take. So we'll turn over back to the group as you continue walking, heading towards the township of Valaki. Sayra is hanging towards the back. She's not her usual sort of chipper self. Like, she's usually quite happy and moves with a certain gait to her step. But obviously, knowing where you're going and knowing that, I mean, you guys have all been told, the gypsies here have told you multiple times now that that is not welcome in a lot of towns. You all know Sayra. She's a gypsy. She's colourful. She's happy. She holds herself in a particular way. So she's making herself less so in this moment, trying not to stand out. So we'll turn it over to you guys as you continue onwards. You probably, I'd say, you still got a couple of hours before you make it to Valaki, and it's kind of hard to judge the time of day here because of the cloud cover and the mists. So, but it feels like it's getting late. You know that the sun is going to go down sometime in the next 2 or 3 hours, and you really want to get there before sundown.
Well, Ribble's fucked. I mean, I don't say that out loud.
It's only a little bit.
Okay, plan for when we get to the town. We will be.
It'll be fine.
out
It's
for
fine.
the
It's fine, Ripple.
church. Yeah, it's dude. I have ways of keeping it off. It's would you just need to let me know if you feel weird, if you're attracted to anything funny, you want to eat anything strange.
Like strawberries.
Sure, if that's something that you never eat, good. Yep, strawberries.
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 Jarek takes out his pad and he's just starts looking up and down and making notes, and he's like, "So how do you feel? Feel okay?"
I'm okay right now.
I mean, you feel a bit
Denial.
nauseated.
Because
Yeah,
but
you feel
other
a
than
bit
that,
nauseated, but that's about it.
okay.
You'll get some really cool powers, though.
So when you turn,
Well, I want
do
to
you,
eat my friends.
do you want to be staked or do you want to be burnt?
I look at
Or do you want to
Tariq
lose your head?
and I look. I grab Arcos and I hide behind him.
I will fucking stab you.
We are not going to get to that point. We will. There is a cure. There is. Do not.
That's good
There
to
is-
know.
Actually,
Oh, boiled
yes.
seafood.
It'll be fine. Remember that time Youngblood got bit by that dog in Neverwinter? And Grimshaw thought he was going to turn into a dog, but it turned out he just had rabies.
Oh, that's
and then
right.
we went and got the rabies fixed. He was all right after that. I mean, as far as Youngblood was ever all right, he
Yeah.
didn't
No,
turn
that's
into a dog
okay.
at all. I mean, he had fleas, but he always had those.
I'm sure
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Just this long as There.
But there
Unless
is a 100% cure, so we can find it. Do not worry.
Okay.
You sure you'll be fine? Make a Constitution save for me.
Reed, keep an eye on her.
Is that at advantage or disadvantage because of the daylight?
It is just a straight roll at this
On
stage.
me.
What
I
was
can
it?
try.
Con save, just a
Constitution?
con save.
Con save? Saving throws. Con save. Ha
That's pretty good. 30-20.
Dirty
So
20.
you are feeling okay. Like the lesser restoration has helped. I say you do feel a little nauseated. You feel a little tired, but otherwise you generally feel not bad. Considering, I mean, you've all taken some pretty gnarly damage. Out of everyone, I mean, you're all hurt. I think Jarek's probably the worst.
I'd use my second
looking-
wind to heal
yeah.
up, so
Speaking of the
That was
quiet
fucked.
Saira in the back of the group, Saira has joined us. But yeah, so you're heading on. You're on your way to Vallaki. You've got back on the road. Orvan has discovered with a natural 20 what she knows about the vampire's curse and what potentially is going to happen to Ripple. She hasn't really shared a lot of information just yet. So Saira, because of what you know, I'll get you to roll a history check at advantage as well. It's pretty good. That is a 19. So with a 19, you don't have all the information that Orvan has, but you also know with your knowledge of the spirits and supernatural as well, and have probably dealt with a few vampire issues in the past. You know that she's definitely afflicted. Something's definitely going to happen. There are going to be stages of change for her coming over the next sort of 7 to 10 days, give or take. Again, depending on there's a few circumstances involved in that as well. But you also are aware that there is an alchemical cure for this. Again, you're not sure what those components are. You know that, again, a church, a temple, and any kind of alchemist may have that information. So at least you're aware that one exists and where to potentially find it.
Yara will remain quietly observant. So, watching everyone.
No worries. Start moving. You continue to move onwards. You're now maybe another hour closer to the township. I need to make a quick roll here. You continue down the roadway, and as you do so, you hear the sound of horse hooves from behind you on the road, and the sound of a cart or a wagon, footful of horses, just galloping horses. And as you sort of, if anyone sort of turns to see where it's coming from, you see a horse-drawn carriage come around the bend behind you, and it seems to be moving at a reasonable rate of speed.
Get off the road.
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we just kind of get off here? I'm with
It
you.
doesn't look like they're slowing down. Like they're coming
Yeah.
pretty quick.
No, you have the powers to stop vehicles now.
No, let's just get off the road.
We could try hailing them. Maybe we can get there faster.
May we don't even know who's in there though.
They're a
we
reasonable
know
distance
anybody
away.
here.
Yeah.
Let's just get to one side of the road and let them either stop or go past.
As you
As
move-
per his genetics, Arcos is stuck staring at it in the middle of the road.
Ripple
rabbit
grabs
caught in
Arcos. Ripple grabs Arcos. Arcos, Captain, come on.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
As
Come
you move out of the roadway and the carriage approaches, and again, like I said, it's not really slowing down. It's coming at a reasonable pace, and aboard you can see 4 or 5 figures maybe. Again, hard to tell race or gender. It's just there's several figures in this open top cart, but it is moving at relative pace toward and heading towards Vallaki. It's maybe now sort of 20-30 feet from you.
Okay. Hello. That's a wave.
You did this wave.
Yeah, just wave.
As you do so, you don't really get a response from anyone. Like no one waves back, but one or two of them definitely look in your guys' direction. As again, they don't seem to slow. They seem to be continuing on at a reasonable pace.
They look like people on a mission.
As they get closer,
Adventurers.
you spot
Sorry.
the colourful vests and tunics of gypsies. It's a gypsy wagon.
All right, well, Sayre is gonna go out and shake her tambourine and wave her skirt like, hello.
As they continue forward, they don't slow. But one of them, seeing you out in the road, Sayre, and with you sort of stepping out and revealing your colourful skirts as well, reaches inside his jacket, his over jacket, and pulls something from it and tosses it towards you.
And get shit.
Easy enough
Okay.
done. It seems to be a
Oh my God.
scroll, like a rolled up piece of parchment. And he just tips his hat as he passes by, as he tosses you a scroll.
Speed dating. Oh.
Right. I got a number. I will hand it to the closest person next to me and say, people are very friendly around here. Maybe this will help, possibly? Who would be the closest person?
I would say, I mean, you're all pretty close. It'd be your choice who you
Yeah.
hand it to.
Here, maybe Jarik.
So you pass it to Jarik. You take it, Jarik.
Yeah.
Take the you take the parchment. Do you unfurl it and read it?
Yep. Unroll it.
So as you unroll
Have
it,
a look at it.
you look at it, and it simply says, are you going to read it, or are you going to read it to yourself before you reveal it to the group?
To myself first.
Okay, so I will send you a quick message. I'll send you a message in Discord.
Here I am thinking it was a spell. It was his note. Shit.
That is what is written on the parchment.
Is it in common?
It is in common. It's in a fine handwriting, so it's in a scripted writing. No signature. There is a small mark in the bottom right-hand corner of the parchment that you don't recognize.
Hey, this is not a spell I can use yet, but I'll keep it to one side in case it comes in handy later.
Oh, a spell.
What was it?
It's a spell of gates, but
Oh.
Oh, gates. Walking gates or gates?
you know, like where you can make a gate and then you can travel through it and you end up on the other side.
Ah.
It's too advanced for me yet, though.
I guess they thought we needed help with getting somewhere, but they could have just
Maybe.
stopped. Why did they give? That doesn't make any sense. Literally, it's like the eagles carrying the like the hell.
I mean, I guess gypsies like to travel. They don't need gates. Otherwise, that would be the end of their culture. Is that right, Sierra? Sierra?
Yeah.
Maybe they're giving us a way home. Yeah. And I like to roll insight on him.
Sure. Anyone who wishes to roll insight can do so. Natural 20. I will let you two. Well, you definitely don't believe what he's telling you. So you can. I mean, you can utilize that how you feel. Ripple, you believe him. Seems legit, but yeah, no. With a natural 20, sorry, you're a seasoned con woman. You're a gypsy. You know a con when you see one, and you pick the lie pretty quick.
Well, I mean, I guess we should all move onward. I keep it to myself,
Okay.
so.
And you continue onwards, moving towards Vallaki. This has delayed you a little bit, not too long, but you start noticing the day starts to get darker and starts to draw in as sunset approaches. Ripple, you sense the sun setting. You can almost see the sun behind the clouds moving into its lower position in the sky. Your body, your mind, everything within your being senses the sun is going down. You feel, you're starting to feel better. Like you feel like you were feeling a bit right up until like that last sort of hour before the sunset. You're now starting to feel a lot more alive, a lot more awake and aware. The point where you hear crickets in the forest where no one else can hear them. Like you
Man, they're
hear
loud.
symphony of tiny feet as spiders, like even giant spiders in the distance, scuttle through the forestry. You can hear it like stomping elephants. Just the senses are now becoming extremely heightened. The sound of the water on the lake lapping the shore is like an orchestra to you.
Water.
You're not used to it, so it's becoming almost a sensory overload to a degree.
That'd be.
And the sound of that water,
Everything's so
especially for
loud.
you, the sound of the water is just, it's almost a draw for you
Yeah.
because it's water.
I want to go to the water. How far away is the water?
It's a reasonable distance. So you're probably looking at probably 400 or 500 yards, like north, like through the forest. You'd have to turn and go through the forest to the water. But you can hear it like it's right there. To you, it sounds like it's literally right there.
Can everybody else hear that noise?
What can you hear?
Sounds like elephants tap dancing.
No, I can't. But you are probably just experiencing some heightened senses happening.
And there's water. I can hear water.
You can. Does water heal you in any way, or just comfort?
Just comfort. However, after the last time I put my head in water here, I don't think I'd want to do that again.
Also the giant crocodile thingies from.
Is that too, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Although,
Hmm.
could be tasty for dinner.
We're not very far away from the town, I think.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep walking.
Ripple, you also sense the heartbeats, not of your friends, but of
It's because I don't have any. What?
there is a quickening of a heartbeat and then multiple heartbeats. You can hear the breath, the panting breath, and it seems coming maybe northwestward, perhaps.
What are they?
You will know what they are. Like, you know that you can sense the wolf, the bear, rats, all manner of living creatures. Just now, you seem to have a connection to. You can, and it's again that heightened sense of hearing and sense of smell as well. You catch the scent and you can smell a direwolf. So much so that you know that this direwolf is hurt. It's been injured recently. The smell of the coppery smell of blood is on the air. It doesn't draw you in at this point, but you can definitely
Okay.
smell it.
Okay, that's weird. And strangely good at the same time.
It's going to take a little bit getting used to, but at the moment it's just like a symphony of sounds and a symphony of smells. And then the sight hits you. You look down the road and you can see the gates of Vallaki, even though they're 200-300 feet away. You
So nobody else can see
it's
them.
almost like your sight just zooms in and you can
Oh,
see
God.
the gates. You can see the guards standing at the top of the gates. You can see the two guards standing outside with pikes.
At this point, I would probably just sit on the ground and curl up in a ball. Too much. It's too much.
It's definitely a bit of an overload.
Yeah, I got squeezes Ripple's hand. He's like, "It's gonna be all right, Ripple. We'll fix this. We will."
I can see people on top of the gate over there. Can you see them? Can you see the gate?
You can't. You can just make out through the mist the outline of what might be a wall. Like it's so hard to see, and from where you were at.
Sort of. Most no.
There's 2 people sitting up there, guards, and I'll tell them what the gates look like.
Oh, that means we're close to the city. It's a good thing.
But why can I see it and you can't? This is actually really, 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 really scary and
Well, Vine,
strange.
Kind of. Anyway.
That's okay.
It's okay. I will take your other arm as well and just.
It's better than just foaming at the mouth. It's
Like rabies, yeah.
She starts
I'm
foaming
pleased.
at the mouth. No,
As she starts. Oh, I think I'm going to be sick.
What if you cup your ears? Does it help?
No, you know
The
that you get
noises.
this. You know you get that seashell effect.
Mm.
You know when
Better,
you're in the
worse.
sea
Better,
and you
worse.
put a
Like,
shell. Worse, better. Worse, better. I think I'm okay. I will be okay. I just need to process for a second.
We can stop. You want to
And
sit?
if I get really scared, I'll just put myself in my bottle and you can carry me.
Oh, that is helpful.
That's not a.
Oh, wait, can we test that? Oh, like we still get affected inside, like hearing
What's
things.
the time like in the bottle?
I think it's a
Oh shit! I
dimensional.
didn't mean to roll that. Yeah.
It's a dimensional place. So if you went into your bottle, I mean, I would have to deal with that in a different.
The
manner, but-
interior is appointed with cushions, low tables at a comfortable
Yeah,
temperature.
it's your
Yep.
space, but it's also a dimensional
Yeah.
portal, but a basic dimensional pocket. So it's you're going into a different dimension essentially.
Yeah.
How long do you stay in there?
Until I either die but use a bonus action to leave.
I think you can stay in there indefinitely, can't you, Stix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
If it becomes overwhelming, maybe we can stick you back in.
Yeah, if it gets too much, I think that might be the way to go.
That's a
Can
good-
somebody
that's a
else
good point.
actually carry it? I'm sure they must be
Yeah.
able to, because it's
Yeah.
only little.
Is there? Can we activate that for you, or do you have to willingly go into it?
Oh, I have to willingly go into it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's her thing, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be a safety word. I don't know, pineapples, and you.
Pineapple.
Just wondering.
Kumquat. There's your safety word.
Kumquat.
The only way to
Yes.
get her out is to throw it and say, "I choose you."
Vampachu. Wait, no.
Oh, but that's a pretty good point, though. Maybe we can use that if So this will get worse if we cannot fix, but we can fix it, so it's fine. But
I'm liking that this it might get worse, but we can fix. But it might get worse, but we can fix it.
no, I don't. I'm just not trying. I'm trying not to freak you out as the healer, as a doctor.
Reed, make a con save for me, please.
Oh fuck.
It's okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think I can deal at the moment.
That's
I'm
cool though. We have a
13.
way.
Reed, you start to feel nauseous.
Okay. Oh no.
Ah.
Not to the point of vomiting, but you stop for a moment and just catch yourself because you get a little lightheaded and start to feel a little nauseated. I would say, I don't know if anyone would catch it because you're busy dealing with Ripple, so I don't think anyone else would notice. Because it wasn't a big deal. It's sort of like you sort of catch yourself, sort of think, "Whoa, that was a bit weird. I feel a bit lightheaded, a little bit queasy." Then you catch yourself and you seem okay. Do you say anything?
No. I'm just thinking, it's my second win. Chilling out finally. The
Last
adrenaline
episode
from
you were a
fighting.
needy bitch. Now you don't need any help at all.
It was like pissy about us doing everything.
Maybe
You're like, I'm
it's the
good.
negative side effects to being, bubbles blown on me.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. After a while, Ripple, you seem that the loudness seems to subside. I mean, you can still hear it, but it's not loud. It's not deafening like it was initially. It's almost like that first time you're hearing all these things and seeing all these things and just sensing all that. It's just a sensory overload, and it seems to settle after a little while, maybe 10 minutes or so.
Guess the good side of this is with this eyesight at night, we're not going to be crept up on by anybody.
Do you have dark vision, don't you?
If I
Yes,
can
so-
see and hear like this, I should be good. I think I have.
If you haven't, then you will have dark vision as well, out to 30 feet as part of this. If you do already have dark vision, it'll increase by 10 feet.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out. Mm,
Sweet.
no, that should be.
Okay, Sticks.
Oh, good.
You do what you want, Sticks. That's fine. That's all good.
I swear to fucking God, if that's some sort of scroll that's just like, kill anything undead, like, seriously.
That's awesome. It's great. So, as you eventually, you sort of pull yourself together, Ripple, and she starts to look a little bit less overwhelmed, and you continue onward towards Vallaki.
A slightly darker shade of green as opposed to the pale that I was before.
You now become closer, and as you get closer, all of you now start to see the outskirts of the township of Vallaki. It is a high wall, probably 15 to 18 feet high, double gates, and standing outside of double gates is two armed guards with pikes, not spears and shields, but just almost like a halberd type weapon. With very long reach, and as they see you approach, they step closer together and cross the pikes to bar entry into Vallaki. And you see the look of concern on their face as you start to approach. You near closer as you do so, and one of them piped down, pointed towards you, Jarik. Not a step closer. Or I'll have your skin, mate. You're not natural. Oi, I think we got werewolves out here. And the other one drops his pike as well towards you, and you see as you look above the gates, two heavy crossbows on the gates pointed down at you guys.
No wolves. We're just travelers seeking a way in.
Prove it.
We need food.
Looks like a wolf to me.
Don't they have an insignia? You can look at him. He does not have anything.
Are you
And he
referring to
speaks.
my feet?
He sort of looks at you because you do have fur, do you not?
Yeah.
To a degree, and you have clawed hands and feet, or just feet.
Clawed feet. My hands are more like, I guess, almost talon-like.
Yeah. So, again, these guys probably haven't seen many werewolves, but a bipedal person, furry, talons, it's a werewolf to them. And you can see the fear, like you can see the fear in their face. Like even though he's got his pike drawn and he's trying to assert himself, you can see the fear in his face, the fear in his eyes. Obviously, werewolves are a big thing here in this land. So the fact that it's almost dusk, like the sun is almost set, and here they're now presented with a potential supernatural being, you can see that they're really tentative.
Have you seen werewolves that
Werewolves.
look like me?
Well,
Oh my
well, not really, but you look kind of wolfish, I think. Stay where you are.
Let
won't hurt
me.
you.
Sure. If they were like this, standing up, we would be dead.
He has a shovel that is too technologically intelligent for a wolf. Wolves just dig, and he's got a bottle of wine and things like that. He doesn't. Haven't you heard the stories? They're just primal, savage beasts. He is refined and he's just ugly. You know, you can't just pick on him like that.
Jesus.
I think she meant to say more advanced.
I'm helping.
I will get.
His mother had strange choice in
different.
bedfellows.
I'm helping. Wink.
We will get
I'm
a group
helping.
persuasion roll here. This will be an average. Orvan, everyone make
Oh,
a persuasion roll. So we got.
No.
We got a 13. We've got a 6, a 16, an 18, and a 9, and a 16. So we've got a reasonable average. Jarik's is not very good. You speak to him. Do you happen to have like sharp teeth by any chance?
Probably.
So as you speak, and like he sees the teeth in the moor, and it's like it confounds him against you even more. However, you see him soften a little bit as Orvan offers her opinion, and Cyrus jumps in. Arcos sort of is. I mean, he's seeing Arcos. Okay, we got a rabbit. We got like a human, like humans, and you see him sort of looking over you all, trying to figure out what's going on, and sort of putting two and two together. I mean, okay, if you're a werewolf, you wouldn't be traveling with people. You probably would have eaten and killed them by now, kind of thing. And he seems to relax a little bit, and he lifts it, sort of. They still cross their pikes across the gate, but he lifts it and away from pointing at you, and waves a hand above him, and you can see the crossbows. While still trained on you, are more relaxed. The bowmen seem to relax a little bit more. What's your business here in Vallaki? What are you doing out here? It's almost, you shouldn't be out at night. I mean, who travels at night?
That's the thing. We need to come somewhere to,
Oh, you wish to come in?
shelter, food.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, you have to pay the toll. Everyone
What's
has
the
to pay a toll.
Go on. What's the
Oh.
time?
Burgomaster says everyone has to pay a toll.
Burgomaster. Okay.
Yeah, like
Does he flip
the
them?
guy that runs the town. Burgomaster, Hey, you're obviously not
you're
from
not-
around here, are you?
No, we are not. We
How
come
much
from
is
a
the
very
toll?
far away.
The toll is, and he sort of looks at his friend and looks back here and he goes,
It's all this
the
bullshit.
toll is 3 gold
Proper
pieces each.
piece. Okay.
So that will be 3, 6.
5.
Right, you are 5 gold pieces. Thank you very much.
Okay, sweet. And she hands him
Do you
5
hand
gold
over
pieces.
5 gold pieces?
Yep.
You sort of see him look at his mate, give a bit of a wink and a nod, and puts the gold pieces in his pocket, and they swing open the gates to the township of Vallaki and allow you in. Just quickly, there are rules coming into
Yes.
the township of Vallaki. Keep your nose clean. Don't harass the local populace. No fighting. No public drunkenness. No speaking ill of the burgomaster unless you want to be in the stocks or go to jail. We're having a festival in 3 days. If you're here, you must attend. If you don't, you'll end up in the stocks or go to jail. I think that's about it.
Oh, that's
Right.
pretty hairy rules. Where's the nearest tavern?
Oh, that would be the Blue Water Inn. It's in roughly the centre of town. You can't really miss it.
So just straight.
Yeah,
Down
just
the
follow
s-
the main road.
And
You'll
Ripple's
find
looking
it.
at the inn.
And you'd probably be able to concentrate. And I mean, you wouldn't be able to see it directly, but you would
I haven't-
get the idea, like roughly the centre of town.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
All right, you watch
Oh,
yourself as he sort of directs that to you, Jarik.
He'll be fine. We got him. He's friendly.
And we'll move
Just weird looking.
to this image for you guys. Even though you don't really know Vallaki, we'll sort of put you on the map. So you're on the right-hand side of this map coming in the gate on the road there.
Right, yep.
So as you head into Vallaki itself, let's give you some information here. So as I said, the town gates. This is the eastern gate, and it's a sturdy gate. Like the gates are wooden, but they are entwined with pieces of steel and larger pieces of lumber in that as well. There is a large bar with a large padlock, and I'm talking head-sized padlock on the inside as you walk through, and you see they obviously lock this gate at night. Clearly, given the information you've been given from the guard on the gate, that they do fear very much the supernatural, the werewolves specifically. So obviously this wall and gate is to keep them out. There are several guards. So I say there's 2 or 3 on the gate itself, and then you see as you walk in and look around you on the walkway and parapets around the wall, there are several guards with heavy crossbows, and you can see piles of spears, javelins stocked up around the outside as well, ready to fend off any attackers in that sort of area. As you move into the town itself, one of the first things you notice is it's pretty quiet. I mean, there's not a lot of people milling around, and those that are, there's no smiles, no real joy on the faces of anyone here. The town itself is pretty dark. There are a few lit lanterns as the sun is starting to set, and as you sort of walk forward, you hear the big gates close behind you and the large bar being put into place and this massive padlock being fixed as another set of guards come and looks like they're relieving these guys for the evening, perhaps maybe a change of guard, different guards for the day, different for night, taking different shifts. You understand, just looking at this town, that there's a little bit of money here. There are some nice houses, some nice shops, things as you move forward following the road, given the instruction to move forward. You find what looks to be a stockyard or some form of yard with several sheds located sort of in and around it. As you get a little closer, you see a sign saying Aristec Stockyard, and it looks like it's a general goods store as well. There's a small shop in the front, and there's through a set of gates. You notice a series of sheds, but you also notice something that kind of stands out because of what it is. And when I find it, it's on my pictures here. In 5, you notice a large carnival wagon that are parked at the back of the yards, and even though the colors look a little faded and everything else, the one thing that stand out is the name on the side of it, Rictavio's Carnival Wonders, and the red and blue paint is faded and peeling, but it's a carnival wagon. Like, you guys have seen carnivals before, you know what a carnival wagon looks like, but it just, the color stands out in this otherwise dreary sort of place as you walk past. You continue onward, following the instructions to head towards the center of the town, towards the Blue Water Inn. You follow the road, and again, no one really stops and says hello. No one waves. You do see posters around the place talking about the Festival of the Rising Sun. Blazing Sun, sorry, the Festival of Blazing Sun. It's happening in 3 days, just like the guard said. There's posters everywhere, and like it is kind of a happy-looking poster. Got a picture of a blazing sun on it. It's got big fonts. It looks kind of cool, but no one seems overly excited about this potential festival, it seems. So, anything you want to discuss as you continue onward towards the Blue Water Inn?
I don't mean to sound funny, but this Burgermeister guy doesn't seem very... I don't know. Like he's for the town? Nobody looks very happy.
Maybe it's because he doesn't give him cheese.
But all the rules. Cheese? Where'd you get cheese from? Don't
He's a
say it
Burgermeister.
Cheeseburger Meister.
Exactly.
I'd say, okay.
And then suddenly,
think-
just as you guys are sort of talking, you hear from one side, from the side under an awning, you just hear, "Quiet. Careful what you say about the Burgermeister. He will have you
Is
in
he a no-
stocks.
Is he a no- See, that doesn't
Mind
sound
your-
very
mind your
friendly.
tongue.
Okay. Sorry? Who are you?
Nobody.
We were
I did
just
not speak to you."
wondering.
And he pulls his hood up and turns and walks away.
Case in point. I thought I was
Damn.
talking quietly.
You're so good at talking to the locals. You can't haggle with them. You
I give up.
talk about
Yeah.
the information.
I'm sure the Burgermeister is a lovely fellow, and it'll be fine. As
Yes,
all
very
rich
fine.
people who run towns are often.
Giving a festival. That's going to be fun. That's a carnival wagon. Huh?
Yeah, and look at all these bright sun posters.
Yes, a carnival wagon with chains on it. Just what I want to see.
You could not see the chains from your angle, just so you know.
Oh, damn.
Oh, well, good.
Different
I just-
strokes for different folks, mate.
When I hear sun, I think of perennial.
No king
from,
shame
like,
here. Perennials?
Yeah, maybe they're doing perennial stuff. Like, you know, like,
Oh, yes.
Oh God!
just
Guys are
displaying
difficult.
themselves for the sunshine.
oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right. Uh-huh.
So following this
Anyway.
main road, as you continue through, eventually the turn in the road turns more westward again and a little bit south, and you can see a large building, and above the door is a sign, Blue Water Inn, and it has a big water drop hanging below and looks like stained glass. Outside is a well. Sort of, it's not in the center of town, but there is a large well just on the outside of the Blue Water of the inn. It's a 2-storied building, wooden structure. Looks to me, looking at it, like you guys have seen inns before, and it looks like most other inns. You'll find that maybe the bar and food and things like that is probably down the bottom, and the rooms to stay in are above. Has that look about it.
Going
Well.
the green place.
It says water.
Shall we go in?
It's a good sign.
Hmm?
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna pull Jarik aside.
Yep.
Just because he was taking notes of Ripple's stuff before.
No
And
problem.
I'll just Jarik, I know you're super interested in like how this affliction will go. And that you're taking notes of Ripple's if like as it is going. There will be stages though. So if you notice anything that is happening, I don't think she's going to be forthcoming of anything she's feeling. But just to let you know, the 4th stage is the worst. But we hopefully will only get to maybe the 2nd one. We can heal him.
See, I was kind of writing it down because I'm interested to see what happens.
Are you saying this as your character, or is...
Yes.
Oh, okay. Or is this about people? Like, I got. I mean, I can give you more information about what will happen. I know from reading. But you're right, it will be interesting from a perspective of back here. But we will also have to watch both. Because
Well,
we potentially could also get sick.
Well, she's evolving at the moment. That she's becoming a new person.
I mean, look, you healed. I'm good.
How far away did you
You're
two go?
all inside! Go away!
They've
Yeah.
stepped away from you guys, so you guys are not privy to this conversation.
Yeah, so Arcos is going to go outside
Mm-hmm.
to find them. And before he sort of involves himself in the conversation, he wants to try and steal that bit of paper from Drake.
Roll a sleight of hand. And
Dude, I was-
perception.
My
from you,
turn to
Jarek.
butt touch you now, Drake.
Yeah, so this, perception from you, Jarek, and a sleight of hand from you, Arcos, please.
Well,
Ooh, 19. Dirty 20 perception. 18.
I'm going to
So-
use my luck.
You're gonna lose your luck? Okay. Luck roll.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get a better than an 18.
It'll probably get worse.
It
I'm
probably will.
prepared for it.
It was the same.
The same!
Exactly the same. So what I'll say will happen here is you use the cover of the conversation to sort of move yourself into position, and you are able to open the pack. And as you get your hand inside, Jarek sort of turns, which pulls on your hand, which then Jarek, you then sort of realize someone's behind you. Because it's only a 2, so I wouldn't say at this stage you know he was trying to steal from you. You just know that someone's there as you turn and sort of pulls on your bag.
I just shift to the other side while still facing Orban.
Oh, would I have noticed Arcos
You would-
sneaking up there as
Yeah,
well?
initially no. Roll a perception check, we'll see.
Okay. There it is.
No. Not until Jarek sort of shifts his weight and then you see Arcos sort of comes into focus, shall we say.
Oh! Hello, Arcos. Like, not subtle at all because I'm definitely talking about your companion.
I just assume you're out here apologizing to Jarek. I'm sorry. We were just trying to, get the guards to settle down. You're not ugly. Like it's,
Oh,
I know
I'm
what it's
trying
like
to-
when they.
I'm
Trying
trying
to
to
what?
ask Rick if he wanted to like wear some sort of costume. Like we could fashion some pants that hide his legs and his feet. We could make big shoes if he's comfortable with that. It could be a problem.
There is
with werewolves.
absolutely nothing wrong with my body. Thank you.
It's
I'm not
very
saying there is.
judgmental, Orvan. I thought you would be more open-minded. I'm not upset, just disappointed.
I think you're after this though, and I hand Puck the note.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Oh, thanks. He just takes it and he opens it.
And you will also see what is written inside, which I will send you. Actually, no. Jarek, you can send it to him.
It says something different now.
Oh, has it been that long since I messaged you?
Shouldn't be. Should be right there.
No, I mean, Grim.
Grim.
I
Probably.
had to scroll down.
Yeah. Been a while.
So, while you guys are dealing with that, the rest of you have stepped inside the inn. So Ripple, Sarah, and Reed, you've stepped into this. Again, it's a nice inn. There's not many people here, just a few scattered individuals. And the gentleman behind the counter is he's a burly looking gentleman. Dark hair, I believe. I gotta remember where my people of Barovia are. Where is he? Nope, can't find a picture of him. Anywho, but he's a heavy set man, and he's behind the bar counter area, just towel over his hand, apron on, dealing with a couple of things. He hasn't. He sort of noticed you've come in, but he hasn't made any sort of inkling to talk to you at this stage.
Do we want to pay for a room right away, or do we want to ask him something? What do you guys think?
I mean, food's always good. Kind of sick of dry bread.
I mean, they
And
might have
gruel.
more expensive dry bread.
I mean, anything beats that stuff that we were eating at the other place.
I would
Like-
go up to the what would it be? I guess it'd be a tavern keeper, I guess.
Yep.
And say, good evening. Do you have vacancies available and perhaps a meal for tonight?
Good evening. My name is Erwin. I am owner of this establishment. Of course, we have
Hello.
rooms. It'd be my pleasure to offer you and your companions a room and drink and food. Welcome, welcome.
And yeah, we might be staying for the festival. It sounds lovely.
Ah, yes. One of many, I am sure. Great fun. And he is being extremely sarcastic.
All right, I will put down some gold for some rooms and
How
The
many
dinner-
how many rooms do you want? We only have a few. We have a couple of shared rooms. How many in your party? Just 3?
maybe we do boy girls, so maybe 2.
2 rooms.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Perhaps,
can do 2 rooms. I will show you to your rooms a little bit later, but for 6 people, 3 rooms for each. Let's say 2 gold each per night.
Oh, okay. Would you be? I'm not gonna barter with him. These people are kind of stingy, so I'm gonna give him the gold. And
So how many nights do you pay for? Just the one, or do you pay in advance?
I'll pay in advance just in case, just so we have a place to stay.
So
And,
how many nights are you going to pay for?
we'll do 3
3?
just in
So
case. And
that
then
would be 36
18?
gold.
and
Yeah, so 2 gold each for 3 nights, 36 gold.
what kind of meals do you specialize in? What's the favorite everyone gets here?
Wolf meat. Wolf stew, wolf steak. Lots of wolf in the area, so plentiful meat. It is very good.
We'll have that.
We have braised wolf, we have roast wolf, we have roast wolf stew. We have a special for dire wolf this evening.
Right, we'll try the special. Yeah. We'll do the,
Dire wolf with root vegetable and a glass of wine.
ooh,
Special meal.
nice.
For all 6 of you will be, well, let's say, because it's special and you are new to town, do your dear. 10 gold for the lot, for the whole meal, including wine.
All right. And I'll take.
could I have my direwolf rare?
He raises an eyebrow and says, well, of course. You have it however you
Thank
want
you.
to cook it. Anybody else, any request? Normally comes well done, but if you want it rare, we don't do medium rare. That's just a bit odd, but bloody is not too bad. It'll taste a little funny, but
I was going to put you as a good mention on Velp, but I have to mark you down because I was after the medium rare.
he looks over your shoulder, Sawyer, as obviously now the rest have joined you and sort of walked in. He raises an eyebrow at you, Zurich, sort of looking you up and down, and acknowledges you with a nod. And don't know what this Velp is, but really do not care. You have food. If you want a medium rare, it's your own funeral. Again, even with you, wolf meat rare is not very nice, but if that's what you want,
That's okay.
do not blame me if you get sick.
If you don't recommend it, I was just asking. If
We
you
cook
recommend
well
it,
done because wolf meat have parasite, and if you do
Oh,
not cook
yes.
well, you get sick.
no, we'll definitely well done, please.
I thought
you.
this was a good idea. I'm glad you thought of it.
And what's the drink of the night? What's
Wine.
Wine?
Yes.
I will buy a bottle, 2 bottles of wine.
Grape smash number 8.
Mhm.
From
That
winery
should
here
be.
in this land, in Biriska.
Okay, always good to support local business. I'll
Of
take.
course.
Or do you think 2 bottles? Do you think 2 bottles would be enough for the 6 of us?
You get 1 bottle with your meal. If you want
And
another
another
bottle,
2?
it will be another bottle will cost you 10 gold each for a bottle. It is good wine.
Buy another 2 bottles because 3 bottles between the 6 of us should
Be
be fine.
very aware that public drunkenness is not
1
looked
bottle
on
will be fine.
kindly in
One bottle will be
Vallaki, and City Watch is very strict on rules. So
Okay.
we make it 1 extra bottle, yes.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Thank you for your information.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Please find table anywhere you like. I'll
Okay.
bring food momentarily.
Thank you. I give him the 10 gold for the extra bottle.
And you pay the money, he moves away, you find yourselves a table. And the food's going to take a little while, but let's see, there are a few people here, but it's not terrible. It's not busy, but it's not quiet either. So it is now up to you.
I was not really interested in medium rare. I just wanted to see if they'd make it in 1 request. I prefer mine cooked better.
I mean, they're a lot better than Beska. At least he talks to us.
Mm?
At least it's not sludge.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get everyone
And
to make
grey.
a perception roll for me, please. You've done natural 20 for more fun. Holy shit.
All right, dice, stop it. You're scared.
Like I say, is mine at advantage because of the evening?
Yes, it will be. So
Okay,
you should be able to hover over the arrow in your roll and roll it again.
Press the wrong P word.
Wrong P word. Arcos rolled a persuasion. Yeah, no, persuasion's not what you're looking for. So we got Arcos with a 12. Arcos is still the lowest. We got 14. Highest is the natural 20. And we had a 21 from Ripple. So Ripple, I'd say, even not quite as quick as Orvan. Orvan, you notice a lot in this place with a natural 20. First off, you notice the as Erwin, the tavern keep, turns and walks away from you, you can see he's wearing a basic linen shirt, and he's got an apron, he's got pants and boots, but he's wearing a vest, and it has raven's feathers around the collar, which is unusual. It's an unusual style of vest. It's something you haven't seen before, but it's the black, large raven feathers around the collar. And as you notice that, you just happen to glance up into the rafters of this building, and as you look up, you can see above you is a landing, a balcony type landing. You can automatically assume maybe that's up to where the rooms are. They're upstairs. Although looking around, you can't see stairs internally to the upstairs. But you did notice stairs outside when you came in, so you assume that's the way to get up there. But they do look down over the centre of the tavern. But as you look up towards that, you notice 3 or 4 ravens perched in the rafters on the interior, just perched on the main rafter looking down. Sort of, again, they're milling around. They're not really doing anything, just sort of perched up there. Ripple, you would notice that as well. You would sense them more than see them initially, and you'd just sort of you'd catch that sense. You'd also catch with a 21 with your heightened senses that there's something very different about this Erwin character compared to others you've met in this land so far. There's definitely, he smells different. Like he has a different scent about him. Especially with what you're just even walking through town, the different scents you've picked up on people, he has a very different scent about him. And even these ravens don't smell right to you.
Mm-hmm.
Reed, you would also pick up the raven's feathers around the neck of Erwin. You probably wouldn't notice the ravens so much. Who else was up there? Sierra, 22, you'd notice the ravens and the raven feather vest as well. Fashion's your thing, so definitely you would probably pick that. But you've also noticed the ravens in the ceiling. Arcos and what was your Reek 14? You probably don't notice the collar, but you probably do notice the ravens after all, because everyone else sort of looks up and you happen to do the same glance around, you'll see the ravens in the rafters.
He's
Birds.
walking away from us too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's turned and walked back into the kitchen, so he's out of view now.
Oh my.
Birds.
They're massive.
Oh,
I wonder if they like get fed here.
the
Ooh,
souls
would
of
they eat-
people. Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
Probably.
I wonder if
people
I can talk to them.
feed- Oh.
Did the Taro say something about Taroka say something about the raven?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think they can help. Maybe would be extra nice.
Yes. Oh,
Merc. Get him, doggos.
Kakala.
Werewolf.
Raven stuff.
I don't know, but we have this, and Arcos puts the thing in the middle of the table, the bit
The
of paper.
parchment.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to post that into the public chat,
The public chat.
the pubic chat in Discord.
La Publica.
The publica.
the Land of the Lost public chat or this chat?
No, the Land of the Lost public chat.
Yeah.
Why mess with the memes that's happening in there?
I know, I've just opened it up. It's like, what the hell?
Okay.
Does that say cone?
No,
Wow,
it's a
one
moon.
among you.
One
one among-
among you.
Yeah,
one
among you
among
is
you.
the want those who seek take care of them.
That is the piece of parchment that Arcos has received from Zarik. And do you tell him that's where it came from?
Yeah, so I was just going to grab it, but Jarek gave it to me, which is lovely. I was just trying to keep my skills up, obviously a little bit rusty.
Oh.
I wasn't going to tell anybody, but
So what I will do is, Jarek, I'll get you to make a... Oh, what do we make your roll here? Be including your proficiency because you do have skill in dealing with this sort of stuff. So just a dexterity check, but add your proficiency to it. I want to see how good you are at working with documents.
I'll just roll my cartographers because that's the same thing.
Yeah, if that works. Yeah, that'll work.
And I will use my luck.
I mean, that's not terrible. That's better. 17. 12 would have been borderline, but 17, it looks all pretty legit. Like it's obviously there's some spelling issues there and some grammar issues, like some wording issues, but it is what it is. However, Sierra, you would know that Jarek was definitely full of shit earlier. I would say with that role you had earlier, you're still not believing that this is what was actually written on this parchment. You would be the only one that wouldn't be believing this right now.
I'm not believing that this is legitimate right now on what's on the table, right?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, the spelling is shit, for one thing. So,
What does it say? Cones? What's wrong with cones? Are they talking about trees?
Just one among you.
I got
That's a
to
moon.
show chat this because this is
It also
hilarious.
says a monkey. One
A
cone, a
monkey.
monkey.
Mangwayu is what thus who see.
So this is what they're seeing. Oh, they're not going to see it because fucking. Oh, damn it! I'm going to have
Well,
to.
they
It's only
know
showing-
anything about Miss Stani is that they can write wonderful poems and stories.
Oh.
So
I
They
was going to
wouldn't-
say, are gypsies well educated? I mean, not to cast aspersions, but I.
Oh, now
fucking
I'm
sure.
disappointed. Damn.
Damn it, chat!
What do
I
I
can't show it to you.
Like all the traveling and, not settling down and, going to school. Not that I went to school. Oh, yeah. Never
I
mind.
feel like they'd pick
As
up
you
more
were.
skills.
I mean, I can understand why you might not take it for real. It doesn't read right when you read it with all those mistakes in it, but as one that's well educated and knows how to read and write correctly, I can assure you that the message there is pretty clear.
Okay. Somebody needs to take care of them.
Okay, chat. Now you can
And-
see it. This is
What
what
is-
they are reading.
what is clear about this? Do you think?
Take care as in look after them, I would think.
Mm.
Oh no, I thought we were gonna take care of those who seek.
Oh, different way of thinking. Ah.
It's kind of my thing. Take care of people in that way, you know.
So there's
Maybe
three
one
ways. then.
among you is wanting to seek something. Need to help them find
No.
it.
One among us is the want. Those who seek that want, we need to take care of.
That's a bit bloody cryptic, my dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
they did kind of throw it
What?
at us, so
Yeah.
Sayera pours the wine.
I mean, typically
Someone
when you
takes the
say
wine.
The wine and food's not quite there yet, so there is no wine.
Take someone else's.
In that moment, the food and wine is brought out and laid on the table, and without even inadvertently realizing, Erwin lays the plates out and puts the pitcher of wine on top of the piece of parchment and just puts some cups around. And enjoy a meal.
Thank you.
And it actually
Thank
looks
you.
and
Oh,
smells really good.
Your vest is so cool. Is this from the ravens above?
He sort of looks at you, raises an eyebrow, looks above him, and says, "No, no. It is. We have lots of ravens here, and I find feather everywhere. My wife make for me. Thank you. Appreciate it."
Oh, is it? Oh, is it the fashion? Oh my gosh! Does she sell? Does she have an Etsy?
I'm afraid not. It's tradition in our family.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, it's very, very beautiful.
Make most of wine. I am running low on stocks. Shipment is late. Unusual, but it does happen. We may not have much left. Maybe a couple of days.
You need help with that?
It's possible, but maybe talk later. Thank you. Enjoy the meal.
Thank you.
So who do you think the message is talking about? Who is the one? Is it me because I look different?
I think we all look.
I mean, you look different. Argos looks different. I'm short. Ripple looks different.
Yes,
I mean-
I'm green.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway, I just thought, we should be honest with each other, and I'm sure Drake has his reasons for keeping the thing to himself, but I just thought, even if it's very confusing and illiterate, we should share it among us, and maybe we can work it out. If it's important, it's probably not, like the tarot cards.
Okay.
and
Did
you're-
you just say that the tarot cards aren't important?
Yeah, it's a
no,
trap.
they're confusing.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
I mean,
It's a trap.
maybe.
Okay.
Sarah's gonna cut slowly into a piece of wolf meat. And as she does so, she's going to say, well, obviously, Vistani, you're assuming, gave you this poorly written note, and you think that it was given to me. So if you have something to say about me being a gypsy, then just say it.
How
No,
loud,
I'm going to
how
finish my
loud do
glass
you
of
say
wine.
that in this
Very,
room?
very slowly and with venom.
Yeah, but how loud is it? Because there are other people in this room, and you are very aware that the Vistani and gypsies are not welcome in this town. So just
Well,
an
I'm wearing
indication
very
of how.
plain clothes, so I'll say it very low for the
Okay.
table. But it's
Well,
probably
it's-
really loud to Ripple.
I mean, Ripple can definitely, like, she hears things a lot louder at the moment, definitely.
She's just sitting there. Just try not to shout, please.
I'm not trying to suggest anybody really. I mean, it seems kind of convenient that not long after we were attacked and Ripple has some sort of injury that we get a note as well. Could it be related to that? Maybe.
You think
Or
that
is someone else not telling all their secrets?
you think Vistani want Ripple?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I meant no offense. I actually don't think the people on the cart were. Why would they be heading towards the town when they're not welcome? I think, it would just. It's a trap.
I
Well,
mean,
everything's a trap.
Chirik was probably not giving that because don't want to sow a seed of doubt amongst us. You don't want to turn against everybody here.
I will tell the truth. I am of my family is of them. I'll try not to say the word.
From here,
Well, I am from the same make as those people, but I am not what's brought you here. And I am a friend.
I mean, that was a poor secret, to be honest.
I mean, it's kind of apparent. And if you don't like me here, you can just tell me to leave.
I didn't say I didn't like you. It's kind of handy having someone with your knowledge of the area.
But I'm not after any of you at all.
No thanks.
Orvan can vouch for me. We've known each other for a long time and traveled together, so.
Yeah.
How about here's a game we could play as we drink and eat. What if we go around the table and each one of us tells us a secret about ourselves that we haven't told anybody before?
I don't mind, but do we really want to do it at a table with ravens above us?
I'm a little bit concerned about the cleanliness.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? They shit on us?
There's no bird poop anywhere. Like it's and there's no stray feathers, which is probably one thing that does strike you a little odd. The fact there are two or three ravens, or they were, as you glance up to look at them again, they've gone. They're no longer there.
All got little
I mean,
bird
we've
diapers
kind of
on.
been getting shit on since we got here, so
Yeah, no bird poop to be seen anywhere. It is, in fact, it is a very clean establishment. Definitely
Look,
by comparison to the inn that you came from in Berescar.
Only showed everyone the note because I think we should just be honest. And I get that maybe among some of us it might make us think, what's the other person hiding? But Jarik was kind of hiding the note and now he's not hiding it. So
Tariq, did you make this note?
Do we believe him?
Insight.
I mean, Syrah doesn't believe him already. Like she's already.
I already don't believe
She
him,
already
so I'm
knows that
I'm
he's-
doing
fine.
insight.
She already
And it's a
knows that
wisdom one,
he's
so I'll
being
get-
dishonest. Anyone else can roll insight. You can roll another deception if you want, Jarik, as well. For this, because it's technically
I have
a new
advantage
lie.
on insight.
Why do you have advantage on insight?
Stone rune.
Ah, yes, you do. Indeed.
Did you say stoner?
He's a stone.
No, stone rune.
So, Ripple,
yeah.
you...
the cone, it's about
It's about the cone. So, Ripple, you don't believe that he hasn't altered it. Orvan, you believe him 100%. He's being honest. Reed, you believe him as well.
I mean, I should, so.
Arcos, are you rolling insight or no?
No, Arcos is going to trust him. He's not even going to think
Okay.
about it because that's what he wants. He wants to be able to trust these people.
Fair enough.
To clarify, the question was, did I write this note or did I? And I said no.
Did you make this note? Is what the question
Yes,
was.
correct. Yeah.
So technically you did, but technically you didn't at the same time.
Is that you, Jerry?
Where's the actual note, Jarik?
This was the note. Is it not the same scroll that you saw rolled up before?
It's definitely the same piece of paper. Like,
It is the same piece of paper. You haven't fiddled with it at all? Taken out a couple of letters, added a few? Rewritten it at all?
Why does it say cone?
I'm being persuasive here because I know my persuasion.
To be honest, the way it
Is-
was written, it was pretty poor in how it was written,
hell?
and
How was
How
it written?
I translated it.
Oh, from what language?
Common.
Can you
But
show us?
poor man's common.
Can you show us the original? Would you be able to write us the original?
Yeah, I guess I could.
That'd be cool. I'm not going to be accusing. I'm just going to be like, oh well, okay. What's the
you don't have to
original?
write it. You can just tell them what the originals.
What
said
did
if
it
you
say? And I will.
The original message said, "One among you is not whom they seem." take care. I thought that was... It didn't make sense, so I reinterpreted it.
How did you get this out of that?
Well, can't you see? This U here doesn't look right. It was written as an O, and I realized it was wrong.
One among you is not who they seem. One among you is the want. What? How? Ripple just scratches her head.
Reading it when you fucking reposted it to me.
Hey?
Well done, Strix. Well done.
Wow. Okay. So, not whom they seem. Take it.
I mean, my
I'm
immediate
just-
reaction on reading this was more about a protection for you.
Oh, that's okay.
Looking at you, Ripple.
I look at him and I go, I get that, but it's okay.
But then as
It's
I
okay.
realized as we walked here, I was like, we can't be talking about you. That was too soon. Who would know?
I think they might be talking about our lovely friend, a beautiful friend, Sayura, because they may not.
Oh, they handed it to me, didn't they?
Yes,
Oh, they
yes,
did? Oh,
Oh,
they
It was
handed it to
given-
you.
It was given specifically to Sayura.
That's interesting.
seems like they want to protect.
Held
Me?
even. I mean,
Ah.
Maybe we should have a secret round. Probably in our room. Maybe a talk.
Oh, I'm looking at Jarik now.
Because
What are you hiding?
I mean, I've
If
known
you
so.
you would probably notice that he's not uncomfortable with the Ravens.
He's a bird.
are you shapeshifter?
he's actually a
He's
Dark
wearing-
Lord.
He's wearing my underpants.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Weirdos.
You're not uncomfortable. I don't think was anybody uncomfortable with the birds,
No, I
but
mean,
you in
but
particular were not.
I don't think anyone has been particularly uncomfortable with the Ravens being in
Those
the
are
room.
cool.
Oh, a suggestion before about telling secrets under the watch of Ravens. So
Oh yes, true.
Interesting. Or is this just something that they're giving to try and split the party? Not split the party, but cause unrest between us. We've done so many. We've done
Your
so
group has
many
been
missions
together,
before.
but you've done things together before. I think the newest person in the group would be Arcos.
And I'll vouch for Arcos. I'll vouch for my captain.
I think there's many of us who would vouch for each other. I do not think that there's anything
Why now would
widely.
we suddenly
different.
not trust each other?
Hmm.
As a
Well,
piece
we
of
haven't
paper,
been
I
here very
suppose.
long.
how about I start the ball rolling? If you hadn't have guessed, I'm not exactly who I originally was born. Only in physical form, that is.
Trans chicken?
No, I found an ancient artifact when my digs, and when I activated it, it began to change me, and it gave me benefits. Benefits that I want to continue to improve upon.
It also gave me herpes. I mean, no, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Herpagonosyphal committee
Oh man, it's been great, guys. Thanks so much for the D&D game. See ya.
Sorry, I had to.
dear. That's okay. So what were you before? You were what you are now. What are you now? You're a hybrid.
Yeah, probably that's the best word for it.
So what were you when you were born?
I was of an elf kind, and I came from the Shadowfell.
So why would that bother any of us?
It doesn't. Only
No.
that, if I'm going to be honest, the changes in you interest me greatly.
Okay. Is that in a I want to stabby kind of way, or a just want to study you kind of way?
More in a study and see how much it benefits you.
Okay, well that's fine. I can tell you how I'm feeling, but let's not get creepy about it.
No,
I
not
was
a
worried
creepy
you were going to
sense.
stab me there. That's fine. You study things.
I guess I'm saying it as a bit of a ask for help
Okay.
for myself.
Ah, for yourself. I get it. You want to see if I suppose if as I'm changing, if I can be brought back, you might be able to be taken back to who you were when you were born.
No,
No?
I was worse before. I'm better now.
Okay.
Help to evolve more.
Yes, that's what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, if your
Hmm.
powers are cool, he'd like some too, please and thank you.
Oh, you want me to bite you? No.
No. But I like a bit of what she's having.
Unless.
Only if you ask me nicely. No, sorry.
Oh no, it's
I'm
when Harry
going
met
to
Sally.
assume that this conversation is kept in relatively hushed tones.
Oh, absolutely.
considering
No, I'm
where
going to
you
be
are.
yelling it because everything's so loud. No. I'm whispering
I need
because
to make these clarifications sometimes. I mean, I'm going to assume that you guys are obviously knowing where you're at, knowing potentially that obviously this place is a bit weird anyway, that you are strangers here.
Yes, no, we wouldn't be shouting it from the rooftops.
Well, if
okay.
we're being honest, I got dizzy on the way here.
Oh,
Speaking of which, you need to make another con save, please, Reed. Now that you've eaten something. Oh,
No.
that's low. As you
Perfect
say
time.
that, Reed, you also vomit blood onto your plate.
oh,
Oh, did
that's
you-
not good.
Did you get the rare as well?
No.
It's probably the parasites. I mean,
parasites.
that's the same thing as
Well,
thing.
that's
what
why
I-
my eye
that's-
itches.
Pass you a handkerchief, here you go.
So, Reed, I'm going to give you ownership of a document, which you should now see under Evil's notes under your journals, which will tell you the same thing that Nutty's been told.
Oh. Oh.
I'm pumping
Wait for it.
lesser restoration into him too.
So that's a touch spell, yeah? I
Yeah,
think it is.
it is.
So yeah, so you reach over and grab Reed by the wrist and cast Lesser Restoration on him. And Reed, for the time being, you don't have the heightened senses that Ripple is feeling just yet, because the restoration will suppress that.
Is that fresh blood? I mean, obviously it's been regurgitated.
That blood doesn't bother you
Okay.
because it's
He's
clotted,
dying.
it's old, it's
Hemoptysis.
yeah, like it's.
Blech.
You would
Genesis.
smell it.
Blood.
You would sense it. Like you would sense the undeath from it. Like
Okay.
it'd be a familiar scent to you, and it wouldn't bother you in the slightest.
It's like tainted,
Yeah.
almost.
Okay. Well, this isn't a good start
Yeah.
to the
So
evening,
Reed,
folks.
you won't be gaining any of the benefits of that just yet, because of the lesser restoration that will suppress it for a while. However, Ripple, your senses screaming. The lesser restoration that you received much earlier in the day is no longer affecting you. So yeah, you can hear whispered conversation from the kitchen between Erwin and his wife, talking about a recipe to deal with braised wolf, and it's just general conversation, nothing overly important, but
Yeah.
you can hear that whispered conversation. You can hear the two hunters seated at the table behind you guys talking about their latest kill, a large direwolf that they'd killed the day before, and the bigger, taller of the two men is talking about he's going to make a new wolf fur coat out of it, because it was such a magnificent pelt. He's going to turn it into a winter coat, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Almost to the point that normal conversation almost seems too loud
Hard.
at times.
Yeah.
But you can, like, little things, you can hear rats scurrying around. It does subside from time, but because it's all very new, this is all very loud to you, and it will subside after a time. You get the feeling that it's going to sort of ease as you get used to it. But you can also hear the heartbeats of the people seated at the table with you.
Mm-hmm.
The steady thud of each individual's heartbeat. Reed's is a little slower than everybody else's.
Cool. What I'd say, are you feeling okay, Reed, now?
I think you'd
after
all
that?
understand exactly what's going on because I've just seen it with you. So,
With me, yeah.
Yeah.
How are you finding the atmosphere? You're not hearing like little clippity cloppity elephants in the basement?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Your heartbeat's really
Just
slow.
a little.
Well, I've healed him twice now, so like he should be. He just should stave it off for a little while. And that would have felt a little bit stranger than what the first one was.
If I remember rightly, the first one was an awesome
It was fake.
deal.
It's
was
like,
an
"Pat,
amazing
Pat,
heal.
Me
you're
too.
mine."
Me too. Me too.
It was great.
You're okay.
Yeah, I feel fine. Ish. I mean, I'm tired. Ish.
The different to
tired.
before. You're tired all the time.
That's true.
But it does feel a little different.
I have to take like 3 steps to your 1, so like, come on. I gotta walk a little faster.
So I would say by now your meal is done. The wine, the second bottle is probably about halfway through. Jarik has shared what he considers a secret of his. We're going to who's going to be the next to share if this is to continue? Don't all speak
You
at
muted
once.
Six. You muted Six.
Silence.
Six was talking.
Sayera has also given a secret that we kind of knew was obvious.
Yeah, I mean, some of you, I think, picked it already, but she's kind of given a secret already as well.
I mean, I can never go home. I miss my family. But I can't go back because I made a deal to keep them safe. And I'll make the same deals to help you guys too.
Wait, the deal to stay here or not
No,
home,
no.
back home?
No, not here at the outside.
Because
The
it
other
solved the problem.
where we came from. Where we came from.
Wow.
My
That's sad.
yeah. But that is something we share. Nobody really knows. I just travel around a lot because I cannot face to go back to my hometown. But that's just a sacrifice I made so I could make sure my family was okay. Everyone has a tragic backstory.
I mean, at least you have a family.
Oh, fucking here we go.
Everybody's
You don't
family's
have a family?
dead.
I don't remember mine. Puck's my family. He saved my life.
That really didn't sound like Puck. It did definitely sound like something else.
Wow. That fuck.
That
What are
fucking
you
Really
was
saved me.
That
my
little hairy
family.
fuck.
It was a good time. I remember it well.
Some secrets aren't meant to be, you know?
It's kind of sweet though, because you do find your family way.
Yeah. And that was Puck saved my life.
This was on the ship.
Yeah.
Pronunciation is important.
Yes, you must enunciate your
Enunciate
words.
correctly. Oh, yes. That's, yeah. So, that's me.
And Arcos remains quiet.
Where is your family, Johan?
I killed a man.
Where is home?
This dumb.
Oh shit! I need to find my stupid whatever I wrote. 1 second.
You'll find her novel.
Ah! Damn it! Where is mine? Oh, right.
Biography.
Yeah, I found it. Don't worry. It is a novel. I forgot. It's my first campaign, guys. I was trying to make sure I
Oh,
covered
good.
lots of stuff. They're from a village called Sultan. They're far across the sea. It's a trading village. But that was, where we came from before we came here. And it looks like we kind of go back anyway, so like it is sad that I can't even get any information about them. Like usually I could get mail, I could send word about what's happening about me, but now I cannot even get that much. So I feel even more disconnected from them.
So what would happen if you broke your deal?
I don't know.
You got
If you-
some reverse adoption going on here.
Who's adopting? What? Huh?
Or no,
Daddy Jerry?
reverse adoption.
Wow.
No, my family are back home. We call home as Baldur's Gate.
That's
You're
a
from
really
the
big
posh
city.
area?
You could say that.
I mean, he has
This
come
was
from
before
money.
you became hybrid.
My father is an educator at the Baldur's Gate Academy. And
Literally.
my mother is a politician and diplomat. And Reed knows my sister because my sister hired him.
For you?
Yes.
So you didn't even hire Reed.
I did, in a way.
He's just muscle to help you out for digs, though? Or does he do other stuff? Wink.
Maybe that's a secret for another day.
What?
Terrible.
Not the beeswax again.
Mind your own.
But you said you got changed when you were really young.
Not that young.
Oh,
Only been in this form probably for the last 2 or 3 years.
do your folks know that this is how you are now?
Yes. They don't approve, but they accept.
Are they trying to look for some sort of cure for you?
No.
At your behest, or they've just given up?
We haven't really discussed it, but I know they're not the type to get involved in that sort of thing. For one, they're both too busy. Important people, you know.
Politics.
Yes.
Child of neglect. Oh no.
Looking for daddy's
Oh.
approval.
Ah, daddy, Drake, got you.
Who did you make this deal with anyway?
My God, this is how I can heal.
Well, I suppose that's another secret to be revealed later, then I guess.
I mean, it's not. Every cleric has a god that they worship, that they sign up for to ask for help.
Have we seen any symbols that she holds?
Nope.
Nope. She has kept her holy symbol well hidden. I mean, you guys have all travelled together a few times. Like, you don't know some of you don't know each other very well. Some of you have travelled together extensively. But yeah, for the time, I'd say for Jarek and Orvan, maybe Arcos and that, like, Sire and Orvan know each other fairly well and have travelled together multiple times prior to meeting this group and being involved in this group. But in the whole time that you've travelled together, maybe half dozen different jobs that you've been given at the behest of your benefactor, you've never seen a holy symbol. Like, you've never heard her say her deity's name out loud.
Maybe I'm not actually a cleric at all. How about that?
Might not be.
Think about that.
Could be a necromancer.
Actually, sassy. No, that would be me. Necromancy.
A
Necromancer.
necromancer would be helpful, in a sense.
There's a little ox sitting over here just smiling to herself.
While this conversation is going on, a gentleman walks past your table and walks up to the counter and converses with Urban, the owner, or the tavern keep, and hands over some gold. The Urban hands over 2 big slabs of raw meat, wraps it up in a cloth, and he ties it up and tucks it under his arm, and again walks past your table and heads out of the Blue Water Inn. He is a tallish gentleman, not too old. Maybe it's kind of hard to tell. You can tell just for the pointed ears that he's elven kind. So age is kind of hard to determine. But he's got a reasonably brightly coloured jacket on, slacks, high boots, spectacles, and is wearing a peaked, almost like a peaked cap with a feather in it. and doesn't really acknowledge you, any of you, as he walks past, but it's not like out of arrogance or anything like that. It's just he's obviously doing his own thing as he sort of pushes through the door and walks out and leaves.
As he goes through the door, can I say have a good night to him in Elvish?
You can. He wouldn't
see if he
stop,
would-
but he would slow his gait and turn and give you a nod and reply in kind in Elvish.
Making friends there in Elvish.
Just nod, yeah.
Well done. When I find his picture, I will post it in Discord for you.
Also, you were saying these two people, Erwin and the other fellow, so far, are a bit more brightly coloured than the guys from
this elven individual is definitely like most people in this town are very drab in the way they're dressed. Even the hunters are darkly dressed, like it's all browns and greys and things like that, whereas this guy's jacket was sort of had light coloured tans and white and a little bit of rose, like a rose gold, like a pale rose sort of colour. It's kind of a piecemeal jacket, like a patchwork jacket,
but definitely not in
super,
the same way as the gypsies.
Not like the Vistani, no. Definitely a little different there. Let's see, when I find a picture of him, I will post it for you in the Discord. Because he does have a particular look about him.
I'm fond of elves.
You're fond of elves, that sounds a bit.
You're fond of elves, what?
Well, I mean, find me a tall blonde elf woman. You never know.
God. Do we have a picture of him here somewhere?
Did you know Jarik before he was, different?
I don't think I'm old enough to know Jarik. Before.
Not in that way.
No, like my character's not that old in general.
So you're like 2 to 3 years old. We're traveling with an infant.
I mean,
he said he changed like 4 years ago or something.
Sure.
Are you a 4-year-old, Reed?
no, I don't. Think
That's
I
your
would've known
secret.
that.
For the record,
No.
Jarik is not that old either. Especially for an elf ancestry.
That's fair.
Just a babe in the woods.
I mean, I'm not old in general.
Even if that ancestry is no longer primary.
Right.
You can't trust the ancestry anyway.
No, they falsify your test results.
God's sake.
Yeah.
Right, so I will post a picture.
Showing them the goods.
But as the gentleman, he's wearing different clothes, but essentially that style of hat, and that's roughly what he looked like as he left.
Kinda looks like the wood elf version of that guy from the last campaign.
See, I kind of thought it was.
It does kind of look like him, doesn't it?
I was going to say it looked like a version of Sting.
But I think that's probably a good point to take a 5-minute break people get drink, you urinate and do the things and stuff. We'll be right back, chat. We're gonna take 5 and continue this story. Don't go anywhere.
It's not gobbling up his food as fast as he should, so Beck's just keeping an eye on.
No worries.
He hasn't been gobbling it up lately. He's been licking at it.
I need to make sure the other dog doesn't eat it. So yay!
And we're back. So, as the
And we're all
conversation continues around the table, Arcos keeping very quiet, just observing and slowly eating his braised wolf meat and root vegetable stew. Again, the meal is really good. Like, the food is good, the wine is exceptional. Obviously, this person's just walked past you and exited the building, and the hunters eventually exit the building as well, and you are the last people left inside the Blue Water Inn. And it seems several hours have passed since you entered the inn.
Well, do we want to figure out where the church is?
Oh, I was fancy of sleep.
Sure. I guess
Do
I can
religious
go and have
people
a look.
work at night? Is that the deal?
I don't know.
What do they do in the
Some
night?
sex night. Who knows?
That's when the real magic begins. No.
I mean, the tavern keeper's starting to mill around too. He's cleaning up a few bits and pieces, moving stuff around.
Pushing things like, get out of my store. Go
Kinda,
away.
like but he also
Go.
did say he was going to show you guys to your rooms when the time came too, because he hasn't actually shown you. So
Cleric that doesn't know if they're working at night.
he gestures to you guys that to follow him as he walks up and says, "Hey, time to show you to your rooms, I think. Getting late. Follow me." And he leads you out of the inn, around the front of the inn, and to the exterior steps, which you saw from the outside, led up and then back into the top of the building. Walks you across the landing, and there are two doors, one on your left and one directly straight ahead, and landing continues round. There's 2 or 3 other doors around the outside of this landing as well. And as you have noticed from the inside of the tavern, this landing does look down into the tavern itself. It's still still a roof and everything, but looks down into the tavern. So he puts a key into the first door, turns the lock and opens it, and says, "There's room for the ladies, I think. Yes. No, very nice room. This is for you, and for the gentlemen, this one over here," and takes you to the next door in line and turns the key, opens the door, leaves the keys in the doors, pushes the doors open, and says, "And I bid you good evening and happy dreams. Yes.
Thank you.
And if you are interested in possibly talking about the wine a little later tomorrow, come and see me. I might have errand for you if you are willing to maybe earn a night or two on the house, perhaps."
Okay.
Is there a bathhouse or something close, or somewhere
there
we
is,
can
if you go around the landing to a final door, there is bath and towels and such things.
Thank you so
Water
much.
is there is fire with large reservoir of warm water. It's very good.
Oh, that sounds good.
As long as it's good order, Ripple.
he turns and heads back the way he came and leaves you to it.
I mean, if you want to go first to
No, you go first.
the bath.
Yeah.
Okay, I
you
guess
can
I'll
bless
go
the wa-
figure it out.
It's like,
You can bless the
whoever's
water
sitting at the
before we
longest.
bathe.
Oh, no, I don't do that. Ugh. What is it?
I mean, you can do that. Whether you do that is a different story.
I'm just playing into Reed being a dick about
Wow,
good
now she'll
work,
bless
Rosie.
the water.
food.
Just stacking them up.
Alright. I'm gonna go get clean, because yuck.
I mean, you all are pretty dirty and smelly, so if you all wish to take turns and bathe, we can do that. We're not going to RP the bathing thing, because that's just a bit silly.
I gotta
going last
two
because she
holes
is
on my arm.
staying.
Again, we probably could, but we're not going to. But after a course, maybe over the next sort of 2 or 3 hours, or next 2 hours at least, those that wish to bathe can do so. Clean yourselves up the best you can. And then you can either continue with conversation in the privacy of your own rooms, or like together or apart, up to you. Otherwise, you
Gonna
are
be a
ready to
scene
turn
from
in
The
for the
Witcher. Bathtub scene.
evening. I mean, Reed's pretty short, so he wouldn't be able to hang his legs over the outside. He'd fucking drown.
I could probably stand up in it,
Probably.
half submerged.
No, but I will give Ripple said the last one in there anyway, right?
Yeah.
I think I will give some like lavender or just something that's kind of like calming.
Yeah.
Alright.
In there as
Ripple's
well.
gonna get into that bath, hang her feet out over the edge, and duck her head under and stay there.
The picture of the
Makes
rabbit.
sense. So, after the bathing rituals have been completed, do the girls retire to their own room, boys to theirs, or do we continue with conversation? We don't have to turn in. It's still, like, it's not super late, but you have had a day. Some of you are relatively injured. What does the evening look like for you guys?
I probably would be wide awake and happy, joy.
I would be
need
wanting to go
rest.
to bed.
Mm.
I need recuperation.
I have two
Drake is
holes in my arm.
Drake is pretty fucked up, really. He's taken a fair whack of damage.
It's the curse of the D6, but yes. The wizard's D6.
Yes. So are we all turning in for the evening, or does anyone wish to have a conversation before turning in?
Nah, I think we're all pretty beat.
Tired.
But also,
Beaten
I
up.
do want to look out and just see if I can see like the
By
just
the
about where
church,
we
or-
need to go. The
yeah.
church, yeah.
You're on the second
Or
floor. If you're looking
temple.
out the window of your guys' room, it looks back into town the way you came, so you can't really see a church in that area. So you would assume it was on the other side of town, on the other side of the inn, just based on what you can see from your window. So you would assume that it's probably in the western end of town somewhere. Probably easily located. Next day, you better stop and ask someone, even ask Urban in the morning, perhaps.
Yep.
But just your assumption would lead you to believe that it's in the western part of town. Unless you wish to
No.
leave it, unless you wish to go looking for it before you turn in, is the question.
No,
No.
really. I mean, I do want to be alone and like just looking out over stuff, but I don't really want to be on the street.
Easy enough done. I mean,
Especially-
even if you were
Yeah.
to go outside and maybe sort of have a look from there, I would say where you are in consideration to where the church is, you would probably see the steeple of the church with the church bell, and that is from the Blue Water Inn, and it is definitely in the western part, towards the western gate of Valaki. Anybody else want to do anything before turning in? Nope. Okay, so before we long rest, we do need to get through something. So we're going to start with Reed. So Reed, as you drift off to sleep,
I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
that's all good. As you drift off to sleep, you find yourself sort of laying in bed, and as you feel like you're being watched. So you open your eyes, and a tall, slender figure made of shadow towers over you.
Slender Man?
Its beady yellow eyes stare into your soul. You can't move. You can't scream. It's almost sleep paralysis. It grins and then suddenly rushes at your face. Make a wisdom save for me. Ooh, lucky. With an 11, you wake. Trying to catch your breath. So your breath is sort of caught in your throat for a moment, then you sort of breathe out and relax. And it takes you a few moments, like a reasonable length of time to get back to sleep. But eventually you do get back to sleep, and you will gain the benefit of a long rest. So you can do yours. Next, we have Ripple. Ripple. As you lie in your bed, you drift off to sleep. You said that Arcos was your family, correct? You don't have family?
Not any that I would remember as family anyway.
Okay, so as you drift off to sleep, your mind drifts back to better times, and you're on the deck of your ship. You have to tell him something. You got to tell Captain something. So you rush onto the deck, down through the main deck doors, down to the captain's cabin. As you walk into the door, a tall, broad-shouldered, well-dressed individual stands looking at you, calls you daughter, then turns to Captain Arcos, who's seated in his chair behind his desk in his quarters, and tears out his throat. Just turns
That's not
and
okay.
grins with you, bangs beard. You don't really see any facial features, anything like that. I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Advantage because it's nighttime?
No, this is just no advantage for
normal.
wisdom saves. No,
Oof.
that is,
Ew.
you were lucky is what you needed to DC 10. You wake again, cold sweat, heavy breathing, freaking out, looking around, realizing shit, it was just a dream, but so vivid, so real.
I would still get up and go
Do you go
and
check?
knock on the door. Yeah, I would.
So, guys in your room, you get a small, soft knock on the door. Does anyone respond? I'd say, Breed, you're probably still awake at this point.
Yeah, I probably would.
You open the door and it's Ripple. She's visibly distressed. You can see she's kind of wide-eyed, sweat running down her face. And she sort of...
Okay.
I'd imagine you'd probably push past him and not even ask.
Yeah,
Just to look.
Yeah.
And you'd see that Arcos is sleeping. Seems peaceful
Put
enough.
up a little bunny ball.
I mean, I don't know how
Still there.
Arcos sleeps, but sure, why not?
Like a little pillowcase.
One little leg just kicking out every now and again.
Bubbled
Okay,
on the floor.
Jumper, chill
I'd be
out.
like, oh, it was a dream. Just had my
What, bad
worst
dream?
dream.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, was not good. What was yours?
I don't know, something smiling at me.
Ew, mine was some tall, strange man called me
Yeah.
daughter and then ripped out Arcos's throat.
He didn't say anything to me.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm going to go back to bed. Hopefully the rest of the night's better than that.
So
See you tomorrow.
you back to your room, you find sleep, you can take a long rest. We'll carry on with that. Arcos, since you were the last name mentioned. Arcos, you find yourself running through a dark forest. You hear the howling grow louder. You trip and land heavily. You regain your footing and continue. this seems to be a cycle. You just seem to be running endlessly through a forest. Eventually you wake, however, and it's just like, whoa, that was so vivid. And talking about your foot kicking out, being out of bed, you look down and strangely enough, your feet are covered in wet mud and twigs and leaves, as if you just run through a forest. You look down the front of yourself, and whatever you wear to bed, if anything, is also covered in dirt and debris from a forest. What do you do?
Oh, and I just bathed. Fuck. Stop fucking messing with me, you fucks. Goes back to sleep.
You can gain the benefits of a long rest. Jarek. You find sleep, you start to, I mean, probably it takes you a little while. You're in a little bit of pain. You've taken a reasonable amount of damage. So it takes a little while to find comfort before you can actually get to sleep. But eventually you do find sleep. But after a while, ghostly limbs frantically grasp towards you from the darkness. They scratch and tear at your flesh as you run. It's too late, you're grappled and you're pulled into the darkness. Make a wisdom save for me, please. One's rolling well on the wisdom saves. You wake. Cold sweat. Does your rig wear anything to bed? Like, do you have bed, like night clothes or anything like that? I'm assuming everyone has some form of nightwear.
No, I think he strips down to his underwear and that's about it.
Okay, so I would say your bed sheet, the top bed sheet, has slashes in it. Not large ones, but ones that mimic the talons of the limbs that reached out and were grabbing at you. 3 and 4 slashes through just in the top part of the bed sheet. How does Jarek react to that?
Wonder if that's what I'd end up doing if that's what happened to me. I wonder if Ripple is still in bed.
You go check.
Yes.
You leave your room. You go to the girls' room. Did you girls lock the door behind you? Or Ripple, you would have been the last one up. Door's locked. Do you knock or do you leave it as it is? Because by this time we're looking sort of middle of the night kind of scenario, so.
What's the keyhole type?
It's a standard lock, so it's one that keyhole, like the key slots in, so you'd be able to see through if you were to try and peer through the keyhole.
I have a look through, and I want to try and cast my mage hand through the keyhole to the other side of the door so I can unlock it.
I'd say that's doable. I'd allow that.
And open the door, and
you'd find all 3 of them. Just they're in their beds sleeping.
Are their sheets fine?
Seem okay.
There's no footprints.
Doesn't
on the
appear to
ground.
be.
I quietly shut the door and use my mage hand to lock it again.
No worries. Easily enough done. You return to bed.
Go back to bed.
Eventually you get back to sleep, and you can take a long rest. Saira. You find sleep. You sleep reasonably peaceful normally anyway. This place doesn't seem to bother you as much as others. But as you lie in bed, you again, you feel eyes upon you, and you wake. You sit up, and standing around you is just a crowd of faces, all dressed in all manner of garb. Fighters with shields, barbarians with their battle axes, rangers with their bows, wizards, their staffs and wands. Faces of friends you once had, friends you know that are long past. They start to reach out and beckon you to join them. Make a wisdom save for. Again, a 10. That's what you need. DC 10. This is early days, so DC 10's all you need. You wake, again, catching your breath as you wake. You sit up, look around. Ripple, Orvan, still sleeping in their beds. You breathe heavily for a moment, and you felt yourself sort of wanting to go a little bit too. It just felt it felt unnatural, very unnatural. You've dealt with spirits. Spirits don't bother you. They don't scare you. You're not intimidated by them. But this felt a little different. This was something not right about it. Something has changed. It had a very dark feeling about it. So it does take you some time to get back to sleep, but eventually you do find sleep again, and you can take a long rest. Orvan. I just need to find my roll table here for this. Need to reset that. So, Orvan, you find yourself in a room that's unfamiliar for you. And hunched in the corner of this darkened room is someone you used to trust very well. Trusted friend, maybe a family member. Kind of hard to tell, but the feeling you get is that this was someone you trusted and cared about. They're weeping. You move to console them. The head turns unnaturally towards you to reveal a skeletal creature being swarmed by insects, cockroaches and beetles and worms in and out of them, where the mouth should be the eyes. Make a wisdom save, please. Natural 20, the third one of the night for Orvan. But I'm going to ruin this natural 20 for you. And who was the first person to use their luck? That would have been Arcos. Arcos, you can have your luck back. I'll get you to re-roll that wisdom save for me, please, Orvan. Double natural 20s. Holy crap. You wouldn't read about it. A natural 20. You don't even wake. The sight, although horrific and startling, you focus, you calm yourself, and you focus on your deity. And within moments, you find yourself in a place that is comfortable and safe for you. And you sleep like a baby for the rest of the evening. With no disturbances at all. You can take a long rest. And I believe that is the perfect place to call this evening session, as you all find rest and slumber. However, just before we do finish up, Reed and Ripple, you both now find yourselves standing together in a throne room. There is a dark, like a crimson red, blood red throne, like golden throne with blood red upholstery, seated up several steps in this darkened room. The mists and fog swirl around the room itself. Up behind the throne room, you see what looks to be maybe like a large pipe organ. Kind of hard to tell. It has that sort of look about it. And as you both sort of stand there, again, feeling safe, feeling comfortable, you're not worried. You can see each other. If you try and speak to each other, however, no sound comes. Like, if you try and talk, it's just, you can see each other making words, but you can't hear anything. And then slowly a figure starts to appear in the mist. Just a tall, darkened figure. You can tell it's a man just by the stature, the width of the shoulders. And then you see the red eyes start to glow, just the eyes itself in this silhouette of this man. And then the grin, the sharpened teeth. And he simply says, "Welcome. Soon you will join me here, and we will have such fun with your friends. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. In the meantime, be very wary. The thirst always wins." And you both fade back to sleep and the rest of the evening. And fade to black. And that is what we will call tonight's session, ladies and gentlemen, as two of our party have now been afflicted with a disease. It is curable. Will our party find the alchemical cure they need to cure their friends, or will their friends develop and transition through the stages and eventually turn on their friends and kill them? Only time will tell. Will Jerry turn into a werewolf? I mean, who knows? Well, thank you, players. Thank you so much for hanging out for us again for another session. I do appreciate it.
Good.
Viewers as well, thank you for hanging out with us and putting up with my storytelling and our RP and the jokes and everything else. It's all fun and games. We enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. We will possibly be back on the 12th. That is tentative at this point. We do have 2 players that are going away for a couple of weeks. They are leaving the country on an airplane and having fun times over in the Orient. So we may or may not be playing on the 12th. I will let everyone know in the Discord once we sort of, because that's the weekend they're going to be packing and all that sort of shit. So if it's just easier for us not to play, we won't. So we'll probably end up skipping 2 sessions. And then Nutty has surgery in the beginning of May. So we may end up skipping 3. So again, I will announce it on Discord if we are skipping that many. Short of that, like I said, keep an eye on Discord for the next one. We will come back for session 14. Which I haven't got a name for yet. We'll probably just call it...
Brooklyn Reed go crazy in Vallaki.
We might just call it Vallaki just because that's where you're at. I mean, or we could call it To Find a Cure, perhaps. Because it
Murder
appears
hobos galore.
it appears that that is the intent of
kill a
Iran, to
raven.
find the church and potentially get some information about a potential cure for this disease.
Or I don't have to.
Or she might want the disease to progress. Who knows?
You're at the Belfry.
Anything can happen in D&D. This is the joy of this game. But thank you very much, everybody. That is it for us. We're going to say good evening, and we will see you maybe in a couple of weeks. If not, it'll be a couple more. Until then, ciao for now.
Bye.